Okay guys, here we are on the set of a living room. Again, we're under the same auspice. It's a hurricane claim, so we're again going to inspect this ceiling, walls, and floor. One of the things we're going to do is first, like always, get our dimensions. So we're going to start by getting the dimensions of the walls. So this room is a little cut up, so this creates a good opportunity to show what missing walls need to be taken out and therefore measured. So we're going to get a total length. So this is again 15'4". There's my red dot on that wall over there, 15'4". And then I'm going to get my total area to, let's see how I'm going to dimension this off. Let's say I'm going to go to this wall right here, this small interior wall. So this is 11 foot 10 inches. Again, my height still 8 feet. Let's double check that to be sure. 8 feet. Now, what makes this interesting is this living room sort of opens right up into the kitchen. So we'll go take some measurements over there, and it opens up into a little hallway where the bedrooms are. But before we move to the hallway, I want to point out one other thing here. If we're talking about drywall painting and drywall repair, one of the things that you want to take out are for significant missing walls. So this window, based on the size of this room, is a significant square footage. So we need to actually get the square footage of this window, which is 6'1" by 3'11". So we would actually take that square footage out of the total square footage if we needed to paint or do a drywall repair. So now moving on into the small hallway here, again, this is sort of cut up. So remember, our job is to sort of box everything off. So I can box this hallway off. It's got a couple jogs and stuff like that, but I can go ahead and box this off here as 5'11". Then I'm going to get the total dimension here of 5'2". So that covers this entire area here. But again, I've got a missing wall here. And so the other thing I'm going to notice is I've got a missing wall that I'm going to take out that's 2'7" and goes all the way from the ceiling to the floor. So I would take that area out. In addition, I've got a door here. Again, this is a small door, but I would still want to make note of this size. So that's a 1'7" door. And then I have three 3-foot doors that I would take out of my square footage if I were painting that wall. So that's a 2'8", 2'8", and a 2'6" into the bathroom. So again, the first thing that you're going to always want to do is measure the total area. So we've got most of the area. We'll deal with the kitchen in just a moment. So let's go ahead and do our inspection. Again, very straightforward. Ceiling, I've got no damages at all to the ceiling. I've got 3 recessed light fixtures that I can see. I do have obviously a light fixture here that I would detach and reset if there were damages to the ceiling, and I've got a register. Moving on to the walls, again, ceiling, walls, floor. Walls, I've got no damages at all to the wall. I do have the window here, so again, remember that if I did have damages to the wall, I would need to detach and reset that blind. But again, no damages to the wall. And the floor, again, no damages whatsoever. So the key to measuring any interior room is to always make sure that you understand the total square footage from a line of sight scenario. So let's point out one other interesting line of sight in this living room, and then we'll move on. So on this side that opens up into the kitchen, again, I've got a missing wall that's right here. So I'm going to get that distance. So it's 5'10" by the same 8 feet. But here's the interesting piece. The ceiling actually has a break right here. There's a load-bearing piece right here that breaks the ceiling. So if I had damages to the ceiling in the living room, I would stop from a line of sight at this place. There's a natural break here. What makes this really interesting is that the wall doesn't have that same break. So if you see that there's damage to the wall, if there were damages to the wall from a line of sight issue, if I'm painting this wall, I would have to paint this wall and into the kitchen as well. So therefore, I need to get the square footages for this affected area. So again, assuming this were damaged, so I've got that in there, which is 11'4". And then I need to get a width on that, which will be the same as the width that we took earlier for the missing wall. So again, 5'9". So now, if I'm painting this wall, again, this is another missing wall here that I'm going to take out for my square footages. So you would identify this missing wall as being a subset, and notice this one doesn't go floor to ceiling, it stops halfway, so I need both the width and of course the height of this missing wall. This missing wall is 7 foot wide by 5'10". Let me measure that again, that didn't come out right. 6'10", there we go, a little better. So I've got a 6'10" by 7 foot missing wall here. Again, assuming there were damages to here, I would want to get this measurement so that I could take out that appropriate square footage. But then I have breaks that I would not continue to move into the dining room area or into the kitchen area because the wall type changes material. Again, if you notice the floor, so we've inspected the ceiling, the walls, now the floor, there are no damages to the floor. However, note that there is no strip that delineates one room to the other. So if I had damages in one room, I would keep measuring from living room into kitchen into the dining room, which is where the floor is continuous. I've got a continuous floor area. So look at the material and use that as your determining factor of what you need to measure, the dimensions that you need to get so that the estimator can estimate the replacement for the repairs accurately. Again, we pointed out a lot of nuanced stuff here in this lesson. Again, continuous floor, line of sight, missing walls. Pay attention to these very specific things when going through and estimating for the damages to your house. Again, guys, thanks for your time on this lesson. Look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.